Is this thing on?
Live and untamed.
Live from New York.
It's live from New York and a little bit from Australia. It's UCL Live. Oh, that was pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, come on. You got to be happy with that. Welcome. It looks like it's only two of us today, but it won't stop us from having strong feelings.
That's true.
As always. As always. And hopefully you have some strong feelings with us. We like
feeling
it when you join
strong
the
enough to get us barred from my own country.
Well, I'm not allowed to be coming over anytime soon. Let's put it that way. Let's be real. After the latest announcements, we'll talk all about that later in the show. Yeah. Hello, Dogsy. How you doing? But yeah, it's been a busy week over here for me. What about you, V? You've been smashing it out.
It's that pre-Christmas build-up. It's always a little mad. The tree is up.
It doesn't feel like Christmas though. It's like I feel like I've just been going.
Snow.
Yeah, but it just like sometimes you get in the mood and stuff, but it's not. Yeah, I'm not in the Christmas
mood.
Where
are you, Christmas?
Very much that energy. Yes.
Why can't I find you?
We will. I guess we'll try and find the spirit wherever it may lay. But we can.
I got the spirit.
You got the spirit.
She got the spirit.
Oh, thank you. Long distance spirit. It's funny because this time of year I keep getting the memories from nearly 3 years ago now when I was over there with you guys for Christmas. It's just like, stop reminding me. Stop reminding me that I had a life once upon a time. But it was nice. It was a good sea change.
Fun Christmas.
Hopefully, again in the future at some point. We shall see. I'm out of town picking up a Christmas gift to myself. I'm a big believer in that. I think that
absolutely.
You got to. As an adult, you got to, because you can't rely on people.
I used to get very disappointed, and not a reflection on the people around me. It's a very common thing. Yeah. I buy a gift for my sister, my niece, my brother-in-law. I get one present from them. So it's like, I just spent $200 on you guys, and I got a blanket. And that's an exaggeration.
No.
I'm not saying that.
We have this conversation, ironically, in the re-air that I did on Tuesday, where we had our Christmas roundtable last year with you, me, and Christina, and we talked about some of the big issues of Christmas. But it is tricky, like especially when you are an adult and you're a single adult and you have all these people that you feel like you should buy for, and you feel like you need to show.
And I want to buy for it. It's not a feel like. It's not an obligation.
Yeah, exactly.
But there is an
obligation. But you want them to be happy.
Yep.
Yeah, you want them to be happy. You want them to have a good Christmas.
I buy what I want. Well, I'm shopping for them.
100%. And
I
don't think you should feel bad about that either.
No, I don't.
It's like for example, when I went away and came over to you guys, I just told my family I'm not doing Christmas this year. Like, you can we did some little tiny stuff, and I'm not spending hundreds of dollars on Christmas presents and doing this and that, because I was going to be away for over a month. It's like, I'm not going to throw that money down the drain for nothing. It's like, okay. But everyone's fine with it. And the older everyone gets, it's really hard. I don't know. The only kids I really buy for now are just getting older, so they don't need things anymore, and they get things from everyone else. So
my kids are 30 and 24.
Right.
30 and 24.
Yeah. And what do you get for someone? What do you get for someone?
Oh, they send me lists.
Right. And I would prefer that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't want to buy crap.
They actually send me URLs so that I can just go right to the website and order exactly
Oh,
what they
look,
want.
they know Avira. They know what Avira is
like,
all about.
These 5 things, pick whatever you want, you know?
Oh dear. It's like sometimes it's just not the tea. Okay. And yeah, you don't want to be the person that buys the shitty gift. I'd rather not.
Right.
As I've always said, I would rather not receive a gift than get a gift that hasn't been thought about. Because it's the whole point of the season is to show people that you are thinking about them and you're interested. Or you don't have to be interested, but you want to be
I will always
cognizant of what they are interested in.
I will look them in the face and say, what do you want for Christmas?
Right.
Give me a list of 4 things and I'll pick.
Right.
You know?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then when I'm buying them their things, I'll buy me some things so that I'm never feeling underappreciated.
Well, it's nice because who's going to get you what you want otherwise?
Yes. Nobody's asking for my URLs.
Just yourself. Just me. I'm buying it for me and I'm doing it for myself. That's the way it's got to be. We are rapidly. What? How many days is it now?
2 weeks. Exactly.
2 weeks.
Christmas Eve.
Wow.
Or till Christmas Day.
2 weeks till Christmas Day. So
Christmas
we won't be live on
Thursday.
Christmas Day, kids. we
can be.
Manage to sneak. Usually we manage to sneak around. I'll probably be working. It's Boxing Day, so I'll probably be working.
Okay. Well, if we're not on, then
I do have something a little special. I do have a little something special planned. We'll make sure we send our Christmas messages and wishes like we normally do. But yeah, we'll have something special in the stocking for Christmas. Yeah, as Joe says, she buys her own presents.
Yeah, me too. I started a couple years ago, and it's fabulous.
Yeah. My gift to me is a trip to Canada in January. So
that's a great gift.
That's me.
I don't think I can get back.
I'll wave
as
I go over you. Yeah, I'll just yell at you from across the border. If I was over that side, I'm going to be in Vancouver though, so it's not close. Not close, sadly. Otherwise, I just wave at you from across the falls and be like, "Hey, girl, how you doing?" What we could walkie-talkie.
We could stand on the Peace Bridge and
just peace out.
No man's land.
Peace out on the Peace Bridge. Well, V, since it's only you and me, should we get into some hot topics?
Hot topics.
Yeah, that's it. Well, let's just do it then.
Hot load of hot topics.
There we go. See? We got a double up today. We got a double up. That was nice.
That's right.
Oh, it's Joe. Must have a huge soundbar for TV. Wow. Oh, you're going to watch us on the big...
Great. Maybe I'll buy myself a new headset.
Thank God for the filters and everything.
I don't have any filters. I look charcoal today. The hell? Jesus.
I know. I look. I don't know. I think it's
you
this
look very
particular. Pink. I feel like I look tan. Look tanner than usual. It just must be this ring light. It's throwing out some heat. Let me tell you. In Australian summer, it's not easy to do it. It's not easy to do.
Maybe I can change my ring light.
Australian summer. Maybe you can upgrade your system. Because we'll keep
look any less gray.
Even if it's just the two of us, we keep going. We are Uncensored Radio at this point. Joe. Thank you so much. All right, enough nice talk. Let's get into talking shit about people.
All right. Here we go.
So we've had a huge week at the Uncensored Radio offices. That is my phone. That is my phone. Well, we're not at headquarters. You know, I usually sit when I'm over there at Jeff's place. It's usually we're from Uncensored headquarters. I have the Peter Andre glow. Thank you. I'm gonna have to when I'm in Vancouver because I have a wedding when I come home, and it's gonna be the middle of summer, and everyone's gonna be tan, and I'm gonna be in Vancouver freezing my ass off. So I'm gonna have to go get tan somewhere.
Well, if you stand out on the mountain, you will get color on your face.
Yeah, look, I might just go get a sneaky. There we go. I'll take the team spray tanning. We can do a little content warning. Spraying of a different kind this week with news that porn star OnlyFans creator Bonnie Blue is arrested, or has been arrested and detained in Bali, of all places. Up to her old shenanigans again. Bonnie Blue, for those of us who don't know, just recently released a documentary about her social experiment. It was an orgy, and is notoriously.
Was it an orgy or was it a?
No, it was a gangbang, I guess you would call it.
Serial fuck.
Yeah. She has been banned from Australia because of her lascivious activities at schoolies, which is the high school, like, break, leaving high school. What do you call over there?
Spring break.
It's kind of like spring break, but for like when they graduate high school.
Yeah.
So they go away. But a lot of these kids, literal kids that she was targeting, were just 18. So the question of how she actually operates is, and with what legality, is very interesting. So she was arrested in Kuta. The 26-year-old is barred from entering Australia, as I said, but had been boasting on social media about her trip to Bali again during schoolies. Blue had been seen traveling in a blue ute and picking up young men as part of the tour. Police confirmed they have seized several items, including camera equipment and clothing. 14 Australian men who were arrested and charged. Who were arrested have been released without being charged. A 28-year-old Australian man remained in custody along with 2 British men. Now, the question is legality, right? Legality, because in Bali, it is actually a federal offence to make pornography. It's jailable 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no question that's what she was doing. So I don't know how they argue their way around this.
I don't know that you can. I think it behooves you to figure out the law of the land when you're traveling.
100%. 100%.
You know, it's not like you came over here and...
I didn't break any laws. I'm always I've seen less predatory coyotes. Just 100%. And that's the I don't think anyone would have a problem with it being grown adult men. Sure, it's questionable.
Well, I think Bali might still have a problem with it because
I know.
I believe they're a very conservative, misogynistic state.
Yeah, it is a repeated behavior that she's targeting these younger men. And we've talked about it on here. We're going to talk about it a little bit later, again, with the social media ban that's just taken place in Australia. The old cortex doesn't really develop that quickly for the young gentlemen. So these 17,
or the young women.
But boys are stupider. Come on.
Well, that's my brain damage theory, but that's a whole different theory.
Age boys. Let's stick with their brain.
Yes.
When someone like Bonnie Blue rolls around and says that she's going to offer them what she offers them, but also they're going to be famous.
Yeah.
And that seems to be a big pull. I don't understand the draw to be number 156 in the queue. Like we talked about that when we talked about her world record.
Yeah.
men are strange. Men, like what is it? What is that? What do you think it is that they go?
I'm not the one you should be asking.
Well, I don't know either. You've got more to do with stripping than I ever have, Vera. Come on. I'm just like,
Dogs, you got any opinions?
the opinions? What is the appeal? What is the appeal?
I have no idea.
He says Bali is also trying to become prime tourist hotspot in that area, not get the same rep as Thailand, as they said a while ago. So she's an example of that. They're not going to throw. Yeah, they're going to throw the book at her. Yeah, that would be like Schapelle Corby, Australia's Schapelle Corby, who was in prison for smuggling weed into Bali.
There was an American kid who got arrested for weed in Bali, and I believe he was caned.
Yeah, we've had members of the Bali Nine who were executed because they were drug drug mules, drug traffickers
Right.
in Bali. It's not a place where you fuck around with the law.
No.
And I think she has a little bit of white woman entitlement syndrome that she's like, yes, everything we find, everything I do is unquestionable. I'm a celebrity and I will just get away with whatever. I don't think that rolls there just quietly.
I don't think it should roll anywhere. I think, no one should be above the law, period. And if you are traveling in another country, it behooves you to know the law.
Well, this is the conversation we always have when someone gets in trouble overseas, or whether it be someone like Bonnie Blue or Greta Thunberg, who we have discussed on this. You have to follow the law. Like, it's not your country. No matter what you're going there for, there are rules, there are laws. No one is above the law of a country. And you get yourself in very serious trouble when you decide that you're going to break
been arrested
rules.
Multiple times.
100%. But she's gotten very lucky too that no physical harm has come to her.
Right.
Because but does that also not make someone like that or someone like Bonnie Blue a target, a prime example, as Dogsy said? If someone of that status is going to come and break the law, they're going to make an example out of them. Well, that's the fear anyway.
Greta's challenging the government on human rights policies. Bonnie Blue's challenging standards of decency.
But sometimes
there is a difference.
But sometimes in the eyes of the law, there isn't. Depending on what country you go to, how religious they are.
Clearly, in the eyes of the law, they still are, because Greta's not in the same straits that Bonnie is.
100%. I'd rather swap my toilet roll with steel wool than go anywhere near somebody who's just had 80 people run a train on them.
I know. God.
Yeah, it's just reminds me of a wet Wednesday.
Oh!
I don't know. It's not cute. What is attractive about that? What is...
at some point, doesn't everything just go numb and you're just...
I would have to. And she's obviously not getting any enjoyment out of it. So what do the men get out of it?
Right. Yeah.
And being in such close proximity to other men who are also in various states of arousal, etc. Sounds kind of gay to me, but what do I know?
What do you know?
What do I know? It's, I question it, but there has to come a time where the rules stick for this woman. She can't be above the law.
You can't, and especially when you're outside your own land.
And we're not of course, not shaming sex workers, not shaming, like, we're very
not shaming sex workers,
podcast.
But I bet you there are sex workers in Bali who aren't flouting the law quite as badly as she is.
And it's a personal it's personal gain. It's for notoriety. It's very icky that she keeps repeatedly targeting this younger male. Like, what's wrong with her that she has to go over after these children?
I don't know.
Maybe a psych evaluation would be in order first. While she's in jail.
Don't think it would go amiss.
You're not going to get that in Karabakan.
Question. Is an oot, specifically that truck, the Bang Bus, or is it any truck?
So a utility usually has no back on it. So see how I'll put the picture
if it was, it wouldn't matter.
Like a flatbed kind of thing. Yeah.
Right.
So that's that's a good old Aussie ute. That's you can tell in the But that
was my question. There was like a point of order. I just needed to know.
Well, there you go. Educating here at Uncensored Radio. What she's doing is like a stunt food, all show and no substance. Yeah. 100%.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's a very weird and
it's so narcissistic, attention seeking. I don't know.
It's just I think it's damaged. There's something not right in there. Speaking of icky and maybe more icky behavior, but Garbage lead singer Shirley Manson has caused quite an uproar here in Australia and on our page after her interaction at the Good Times Festival here in Newcastle, but here in Australia, when she spotted a man with a beach ball. Now, Vera, I don't know if this has captured your attention, but people are very, very upset with Shirley Manson. And I will tell you exactly
I'm going to need
why.
a few more deets. What about the beach ball was offensive, or
we are not sure why she is so damaged by a beach ball, but this is verbatim what she was said when she spotted a large inflatable beach ball being passed around the crowd during Garbage's set. Big guy with your big fucking beach ball. Ooh, I'm so scared of you. So thrilled by you. What a fucking douchebag. We're fed up of not getting fucking paid properly and fed up of having to play for douchebags like you. You're a fucking middle-aged man in a fucking ridiculous hat and you're a fucking fuckface. And I want to literally ask people to fucking punch you in the fucking face. But you know what? I'm a lady, so I won't. Now, people are
to the contrary.
People are furious. They're saying that it is highly inappropriate for anyone to
beach balls at concerts has been a pretty common thing for years. You know?
So the blowback was pretty...
And I know what beach balls at concerts do. Yeah. You know? They bounce around in the air. Part of that community. We're all part of the big community, loving our music and loving life, and chill out.
Well, the blowback has been pretty huge. She took to social media to say no apologies. That was it for the beach ball incident. But then a few days later in Brisbane, she addressed the situation in what is being labeled a very questionable apology. Because typical Australians, she complained about one beach ball. The whole of the audience was filled with beach balls and inflatable toys, as the Australians are wont to do. She said on stage, "I want to address your glorious beach balls. They're very impressive," she initially joked. And not only are they impressive, but they're very, very big. But her tone changed very quickly when she said, "The only thing that kind of shocks me a little is that there's been more fuss made about me offending beach balls than there has been about 20,000 Palestinian kids who are now fucking under the dirt." So whilst the Brits are busy cooking up some kind of craze like Antichrist rhetoric, I would just remind you that all of what's actually important in this life, and maybe a beach ball, brings you joy, and for that I apologize if I've set you your blessed beach balls. I humbly apologize. However, I would really like to see the governments of the day apologize for what the fuck is happening in Palestine.
Well, I agree with her on Palestine, but it seems like an awful big deflection from being a douche about a beach ball.
Right. And not, you have a platform, use your platform, but don't dress up the apology. It feels like blame shifting, kind of a distraction tactic.
Deflection. She's totally deflecting. You're mad at me about this beach ball, but these people are killing kids. Well, yes, but none of those murders happened at your concert. Your temper tantrum did.
Yeah. She's from Scotland. I don't see many beach balls up there. Too cold. Probably freaked her out. Yeah, the comments have been off the chain on our page. I'll give you some stats at the moment as to where we're sitting with the garbage. People are very...
I love her rhinestone little jacket there with the big collar. Very pretty.
People are very, very angry. She's losing fans. She's like fans that have been fans for 30 years are like not having it. We have 1.4K comments on this story.
It's on a hissy fit. Story. She threw a hissy fit about a beach ball, and so she wants to make it about world politics.
A lot of people are saying, though, that is it different because she is a female performer? If a male performer had done the same thing and invited violence to a member of the general public that was within, earshot / punching range, is that placing someone in danger? Is that
Yeah, you can do some damage with a
And
fist.
And it shouldn't.
You can do
well, we,
orbital fractures. You can damage somebody's nose. There's a
But
if you hit
would
the
she
nose
have?
just right, you could
Yeah.
pithiate the
Would she have
brain.
the responsibility for that
Yeah, she would.
if somebody? So
In this
everyone's
country,
saying
I
that she's
can't
getting
speak
off.
about yours, but
Everyone's
in
saying
this
that she's
country,
getting
she
off
would
quite
be held
lightly
liable. She could
because
be
she's a
tried in
female.
civil court.
Do you think it was like a Bruce Springsteen concert and Bruce got real upset about beach balls and said somebody punched that guy out? Would he cop as much
I don't
flack, the
see
same
Bruce,
flack,
Bruce
more
ever
flack?
saying that.
Well, I'm just put. He was the first name I came up with.
I mean, you know, I would see that more at a Metallica concert, maybe a Kid Rock concert, but you know, I don't know.
If anyone was at the Kid Rock concert,
Well, MAGA douches who come to wear their hats, yeah.
are they though? They don't really show
Did
up
I
to.
say that?
They don't really show up to any functions, so who knows?
Well, they can't afford it because they spend all their money buying Trump flags.
Yeah, those $50 hats don't buy themselves.
America
Shirley-
first. Made in
Shirley
China.
may have done some irreparable damage to garbage fan base here in Australia, which again, you've got to be responsible for your words. Everybody has their bad days, but also for somebody like Shirley Manson, Shirley Manson, who is
a bad day, don't you think she could apologize for it and say, "Listen, it was a bad day."
Oh yeah, she doesn't feel bad at all.
No, she didn't do that at all. She totally deflected and said, you know, I get that you're mad at me, but you're mad at the wrong people. You should be mad at all these hundreds of millions of people farther away than me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which is
a lot of people are saying
out. It's a fucking deflection.
Yeah. We all know that
type of apology.
We all know that musicians and performers are chronically underpaid, but for a headlining act, one of the headline acts of a music festival, an international music festival, to complain about money to people that have paid $200+ to be there is kind of off as well.
Well,
if you don't like,
she didn't get that rhinestone jacket for free.
That's what I was saying. She didn't get that from working at a mall or like
I'm
at
sure
a checkout or
more
digging
than
graves.
me and the rest of the nursing corps here.
Yeah,
you know.
So Shirley shit the bed, basically. Is what we'll say.
She threw a temper tantrum.
There are more temper tantrums that are going to be causing wide-ranging effects. Everyone's favorite orange.
Why is his tie blue? Who took his red tie?
I don't know. I just picked the photo where he's pointing at things like saying "Get out." So, for those of us that are not following the news, not on top of it, the travel restrictions by the Trump administration are doubling down once again. People from Australia, New Zealand, Britain, let's have a look at the other calendar, France, Japan, and 37 other visa-exempt countries must disclose 5 years' worth of social media history to visit the US under a Trump administration plan. Now, the active word is plan at the moment. The plan would bring rules to citizens those countries in line with those of tourist visa applicants who have been required to provide social media data since 2019. This is where it's getting shonky. Applicants would also have to submit other high-value data fields, including phone numbers from the last 5 years, email addresses from the past decade, personal details of family members, and biometric information.
Yeah, that's bullshit. That's data mining. That's the shit that he let Elon Musk into our great national archives to steal. That's data mining. That has nothing to do with you criticizing Trump. That's masquerading as something else.
I'm sure this is going to be dressed up as national security.
That's bullshit.
That 100%. And
we've been way more secure in the past without that information. As
we talk about, we are a bicontinental podcast, and I can't visit my friends.
Yeah.
Due to freedom of
I
speech.
can't. I don't feel like I can leave.
You can't leave. Yeah.
I feel
So-
like if I left the country, I would not be able to get back to my job and my home and my life.
Yeah. And what Dogsy says is correct. It's gone a step further now, the day after this was announced. He also wants DNA samples.
He can. Oh my God.
Biometrics are recorded every day in stuff that you don't even understand if you're a member of the general public. Someone is
Yes,
always taking a
but-
fingerprint, like an iris scan, a scan of your body. There are biometrics at play at stuff that you don't even understand. But DNA is next level, like scary bullshit.
It's bullshit. It's data mining. It's Peter Thiel and his technocrat bullshit.
Yeah, whatever. That shit.
Peter Thiel and all his fucking bullshit. All those
Yeah.
fucking oligarch billionaires and their fucking crazy rule the world shit. Guys, you know, you got enough money. All you're telling us is you've got a really tiny penis.
But how is that making America great again?
It's not making America great again.
Tourism's already
making 8 guys richer.
majorly down, right? Tourism's majorly down.
He's making 8 guys richer. 8 guys
Mm-hmm.
who funnel money into his private ballroom, his fucking rose garden, his Bitcoin. It's just people who will pay him off to get richer. It's the oligarchy corrupting the system. It's Big Brother all over the place. It's fucking 1984 on steroids. It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Guys.
And it's not like it's all going to be made better by $1,000.
Yeah. You can have more
rebate.
money. You can have more money, but you will never have our respect.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, and that's the thing. The blowback on our page is huge. Like this article was only posted like yesterday, I think, and it's starting to get up there with the other ones that we've had a pretty almost viral week. And it's a couple of posts that people are getting really worked up at. And people are getting really worked up about this too, because
I'm really worked up over this.
the whole idea is, well, I assume safety is what they will dress it up as.
That's what they're dressing it up as. It's the lipstick they're putting on this pig. It's data mining so they can be richer, because God knows $450 billion to $1 trillion is not enough fucking money, even though 8 guys have more money than 90 billion people.
Yeah. The haves and the have-nots it's always a very interesting dynamic, and it plays a part in one of our other stories as well this week. Just when you thought he may have shuffled off into the nothingness.
Oh.
Thomas Markle is back in the news. Again,
this
taking
piece of
shots
shit.
at his daughter. Now, for those of us that are not familiar with Thomas Markle is the estranged father, and we use that word lightly, of now former princess, right?
Right.
What's her status at the moment?
I think she's still a duchess. I think she
She's
has
still a
retained
duchess.
duchess.
Meghan Markle, married to former Prince Harry. Prince Harry. Now, Meghan has had to, or spokespeople for Meghan have had to step forward after Thomas Markle claims that he had not heard from his daughter or her representatives after a very harrowing surgery in which he had to have a leg amputated. Meghan's people said that she had tried to contact her estranged father and several options, and he is saying that he hasn't heard anything. Just to dogpile on top, Meghan's half-sister took to X to criticize the Duchess, stating, "Houston, there's been no contact. Time to stop the PR bullshit, Medusa."
Oh, cry me a river. You people sold her soul for 30 pieces of silver to get your 15 minutes of fame the minute she married the prince. Fuck off. She doesn't contact you again. It's too fucking soon.
Yeah, so the Mail on Sunday says Thomas Markle said that he was confused by reports that Meghan had attempted to make contact as he had not changed his phone number.
I'm confused by reports that he thinks he's a fucking father. He's a sperm donor who ditched her and her mother when she was young.
Right. So how much does she owe? She doesn't owe this man
She
a
doesn't owe him a
relationship,
damn
especially after he is constantly bringing her into an already volatile press situation
Right.
that is against her. This doesn't help her in any way. And if you are the parent in the situation, you would
Right.
hope that you would understand that. Like, I get that, yes, she is in a position that is far beyond the means of him and his other children, they weren't raised together, so they don't really have that much of a relationship together. But
that was of their choosing. She was a fully fledged adult when this shit started. You know,
constant chipping away at her.
The time to establish the relationship was way before that.
Yeah, the constant chipping away at her public persona and her image doesn't make someone want to build bridges at all.
No.
And just because he was, I don't prescribe to that theory either. Just because somebody is in a precarious situation or not well or dying, etc., that all is forgotten and all is forgiven. That comes down to that person. It shouldn't be a forced reaction.
Yeah. You know, if she chooses to make peace with him in the end of his life, that is her choice. Not his, not ours. You know, public opinion should not be part of this equation. It's bullshit.
No, and whether she does contact him or not, it's not really anyone's business, but they're making it. They're making it a public spectacle and making it worse. So why would you then reach out if you're going to A, criticize someone for not reaching out, or B?
And I would ask this question: how many times has he offered to meet his grandchildren?
Or tried to
reach out to his grandchildren?
Privately, though. Publicly, I'm sure he would love to meet them in public.
Yeah. No, let's
for a photo opportunity.
If he were making efforts towards his grandchildren, he would have a relationship with his daughter.
But I don't. Again, and this is for people. Take the royalty and the celebrity out of the equation, especially this time of year when people are kind of forced to be around their family and you can't force interaction and familiarity with people, even if they're your blood, if you're not willing to realize mistakes and make compromises and apologize and stuff like that. And nobody has to do that. Let's bring
it down out of that royal place. Let's just say Jane Schmo hasn't had a relationship with her dad. She's got 2 children and a husband now. And Dad definitely knows she has 2 children. He was sent the birth announcement. He knows that she has children. Did he make any effort to be a part of their lives? Did he send them a Christmas card or a birthday card or even a letter? If he has not done any of those things, he has no right to expect that there's going to be a relationship when it's convenient for him or when it's on his timetable.
We've also
anybody, not just royals, not just celebrities, anybody. If this was my neighbor and she was telling me that her dad had an operation and she thought maybe she should talk to him, but she wasn't sure, I'd say, fuck that.
We know people personally that are in have tricky family situations. I have a big problem with people going around the problem to address children as well. Like, I'm going to buy them Christmas presents, even though I haven't seen them for 6 months and da-da-da-da-da. If you have an issue, you deal as a parent and an adult, they should be dealing with their child first.
They should be dealing with their child first, but I would think that if they made an effort to, reach out and say, now that you have children, I hope you're more, I think that there's an opportunity to make a bridge here, and if
I don't know
if
that's fixing a problem though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's necessarily fixing a problem though, is it? Isn't it just ignoring it?
I think that there are ways to establish a relationship and he hasn't taken them. He can't demand it when he wants it.
But also, would she want him to have a relationship? And in general, would anyone want somebody to have a relationship with their parent if they have a lived experience of their parent not being a decent human being just because all of a sudden they have grandchildren?
Well,
that doesn't give you a get out of jail free card.
You have to give them room to grow. People do grow.
But they have to show it first.
But they have to show it. He would have to have shown something. Maybe it doesn't have to be the grandchildren. That was my example. Maybe it was to Megan herself. If he hasn't done that, he doesn't get to expect a relationship at his convenience, is my point.
And you know what else? He doesn't also get to cry poor me, because we see that a lot too. Oh, so-and-so is horrible. They won't let me see my grandchildren. Well, what did you do to make somebody restrict access to your grandchildren? They're not yours to start with. They are their parents. Just genetics just happens to make you family. If you had a relationship
with your child, you would probably have a relationship with your grandchildren.
Yes, very much so.
You know,
I find that's always a very big sticking point for me.
Redemption. People can grow. People can change. But as far as I can tell, this man hasn't changed. And he doesn't get to demand a relationship because it's convenient for him now that he needs help.
Doctor says, nah, I'm petty. If he wants to make it public, I'd be on Dr. Phil, Jeremy Kyle, all of them. So as public as can be, everyone will know he's a cunt. Well, I think we all know that. He went on Big Brother and talked about how horrible his daughter was. That's the one for a man
I think that's been established.
Yeah, a man who was, not a nobody. He was a behind the scenes person on TV and film, and he obviously he's always wanted to be famous. That's obviously the issue, because even when Meghan was an actress, he was a problem. And then this whirlwind of stuff happened. Whatever you think of Meghan Markle, that's fine. But the father is just a different piece of work. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say. And speaking of pieces of work, there was one that I don't even really want to give it much air, but it happened and it was news. Andy Dick.
Oh.
Did you see any of this video?
I did.
Overdosed on the streets of LA.
I read the article.
Overdosed on the streets of LA. Now, the thing is, he next day was laughing it off, talking it down to TMZ, going, oh, yeah, sometimes I just do a bit of crack, da-da-da-da. And the people that were with him were like, oh, think about your grandchildren. Think about your grandchildren. And that's what brought him back to life. It's like, oh, that's gross. That is so gross. You're an addict. You always have been.
He always has been an addict. This is not new information.
He makes no effort, even for those grandchildren and for his child or children, no matter. I don't really care to know that much about Andy Dick. But if you're that worried about your child and your grandchildren, you would seek help for the addiction problem that has been present not only throughout your life, but has directly affected other people. He was the guy that gave the cocaine to Phil Hartman's wife that led to her losing the tree and killing herself and Phil Hartman. Like, he is not a good dude. And then he's like, the guy that was like, oh, we used some nut. Apparently, more news came out today. He was blue.
Yeah.
Blue. Gone on the streets, and Narcan was administered. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Narcan doesn't work on crack, right?
It works on opiates. So whatever crack was, I'm going to guess that the crack was laced with fentanyl. There is so much fentanyl in the street drug supply in this country. It's ridiculous.
But he's just talking it down like it was Tuesday. That's a serious, two Narcan like 2 tins of Narcan had to be used to bring him back. That's not crack. That's something else.
That's
a very serious.
It's an opioid.
It's a very serious thing to just downplay it like, oh, well. But that shows you how much consideration he has for his own life and for the people that are helping him.
He clearly feels no remorse. It sounds like he intends to do it next week too.
Yeah. And look, as somebody in the comments said, when he eventually does die, it'll be the shrug heard around the world.
That's a good one.
But again, we've talked about addiction problems, mental health problems so many times on this show throughout the years. You cannot help somebody who doesn't want to help themselves, and he does not want to help himself historically. So at what point do you just go, all right, well, die in the streets then?
Tons of addicts who prefer high to life.
I don't understand it when
I don't understand it, but
I don't
see
understand
it all
addiction.
the time.
Yeah, and you do see it all the time, but
I see it all
you can't then dress up the concern for your grandchildren as the thing that brought you back from the dead. No, Narcan brought you back from the dead because you weren't doing crack. You were on fucking opioids. So why lie? Why lie about it? You didn't know what you were doing. You didn't know the drugs that you were doing in the street with some random dude.
Right.
In LA.
Yeah. I mean, it's common knowledge. It's not, my insider information. Fentanyl is everywhere in this country. It's laced. All of the street drugs coming into this country are fentanyl.
And it wasn't like a shush behind the scenes thing. It was the streets of downtown LA where everyone and anyone could see it.
And he looks like he's wearing pajama bottoms, like he crawled out of bed and went looking for a hit.
I probably did. Wait, I went.
Yep.
Sad to say, normal situation for LFAPD, LAPD, and all LAPD officers carrying Narcan. Yep.
Yeah, so do I. I have Narcan in my office at all times.
Right. At this current state, this is what you have to do.
Yeah. We have a vending machine in the lobby of our clinic that vends free Narcan.
Jesus. Wow. That's intense.
That's intense. This is a small town. You've been here.
Yeah.
It's a small
I've
town.
Been there.
This is not LA. This is
not
fucking
LA.
Auburn, New York, in the middle of fucking nowhere.
It's not New York City. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's intense, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. From one pest to another.
Yeah.
Serial pest Johnson Wen was busted this week at Lady Gaga's concert.
Didn't he just get busted at the Wicked premiere?
Well, look, he made his way all the way back to Australia after his 3-day arrest.
What's with the Michael Jackson wig and mustache?
Well, he went incognito so he wouldn't be noticed.
Well, couldn't you find a better wig so you didn't look like a dude in a wig?
Well, isn't that the point? He obviously wanted to be noticed, so he would get captured and it would get more attention. Yeah. So he wasn't spotted by the security, which were on lookout for him. It was the fans. It was the Lady Gaga fans that spotted him, surrounded him, stopped him from moving anywhere in the venue, and got the security to get him and remove him. And again, this is another one that's kind of going off. Like going off in the comments section. What if he has a knife? What if he has a syringe with something? Like, he's a media whore, and I don't understand why any social media platform would not ban him at this point, because not only is he a nuisance, he's breaking the law. He's still got Instagram accounts. He's still got all that kind of stuff because he posted straight after. Got kicked out of the Lady Gaga concert. The show doesn't start till 8 p.m. The early fans were booing me, or with like laughing emojis. There is nothing serious about this guy. He's not any kind of influencer. He's a fame whore.
Yeah.
And he's putting people in danger. So he should be removed from any social media and the platform taken away from him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the security guards, that's a big boo-boo because we did have a story about them on the lookout.
The fucking Wicked premiere, Cynthia Erivo was more on it than the security guards.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
That's
just, I don't believe it. But social media has played a part in the problem, and it's a big story here this week. As of 2 days ago, anyone under 16 can no longer hold a social media account on a plethora of platforms, including Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Snapchat, TikTok, X, Reddit, Kick, YouTube, and Twitch, with more to be added to the list as the list gets refined. What do you think, Vera?
Well, I said this, we talked about this last week. Here in New York State, there have been school districts who have banned, actually, I think it's the whole state, banned cell phones in school. no cell phones are allowed in school. And we've seen improved test scores. We've seen less violence. We've seen less acting out. We've seen less disciplinary action. I think that the fast-paced action of social media and that attention and that bullying, and there's so many downsides to social media. They create anxiety, you know.
I look at it this way.
Great, yeah.
I look at it this way. I am somebody who grew up in the development of social media. When I was a teenager, an early teenager, we didn't have it. And then MySpace kicked in. And when I was in high school, MySpace was a thing. Facebook was a thing. I have been here and been a part of the social media rise and seen it become all-encompassing for me as well. I freely admit, I can't function. I can't do what I need to do for work, for this, for the show, without having various social media accounts and needing to make sure that those accounts are A, active, and B, somewhat popular. It's become a self-flagellating beast kind of thing. But the main outcry is that we are now isolating children. We are stifling their friendships. There were generations of children that grew up without these things. You have to then get on a phone and make a phone call. You have to go and visit those people. If you can't find those people, then you seek out community that can. You go to a library. You go into public.
A generation of young adults right now who grew up on social media who don't know how to talk to strangers. Yeah, they can't look someone in the eye and ask them a question, you know?
But it's not going to do them psychological damage to actually have to go out and be a participant in the world everyone else has had to before them.
Yes.
Is it easier? Yes. Is it easier? Is it 100% easier?
Absolutely.
Can you go at the click of a button go, oh, I'm interested in anime and find media.
I'm online every day.
Necessary. It's not necessary.
But it doesn't. Especially I lived given years without it.
Especially given the bullying and the predatory nature of adults on social media. Like it's not necessary.
It's necessary.
It's not a God-given right either. No. Just because you are in a developed nation doesn't mean that you have access to everything that you want. And people you can't stop them, but you can if these companies come to the party as well. There's, as we talked about, astronomical fees involved. I hope that they do follow through. If it's something, as Joe said, the world's watching Australia, the Australian experiment, to see what happens. I would hope that it would maybe invest people back into the community that that people have strayed from, because this thing isolates. As much as it connects, it isolates.
Absolutely.
So I know I sound a bit Karenish, but an experiment's an experiment for a reason. You still get it at 16, you know?
Right.
We're talking about developmental brains and children development. It's going to stop these kids from putting shit that's going to damage their lives and their credit scores and their job prospects for years because they haven't taken a photo of them drinking underage in a field.
I was fully actuated adult when I came into social media. My amygdala was completely formed. I was paying bills and living on my own. And I can see in myself how spending an hour on a social media platform shortens my attention span. It's like, these are 60-second clips and I'm scrolling through in 4 or 5 seconds, if that, you know?
Yeah. Anything over 2 minutes is too long. It's like,
yeah.
All right. To Dogs' point, my worry is now how many generations is it going to take for social media to become less of a Thunderdome, because you are throwing these kids in at 16 in a partially hostile environment because people can be horrible on the net. This is what it is. As part of their schooling, as part of their development, they need to be taught social media literacy. If this is the way of the future, everyone's talking about everything's going online, we're going to do that kind of thing, then you need to be taught in school how to operate these accounts, why you use these accounts, and what the effect of using them is. How to block
bullies, how to spot bullies, how to
report them, how to stop phishing scams,
and how to, you know.
educate these kids. Don't just weaponize them. Educate them.
Educate them before they get online. You know,
100%. Because then it's not throwing them into the wild. It's giving them essential tools to operate in a world that they're going to be operating in.
Are also not letting social media be the babysitter.
Yeah.
You know,
and I've seen a few people. Oh, the government are telling us how to raise our children. Well, yeah, kind of. Because are you doing that stellar a job if there's the highest rate of this huge rate of bullying, depression, suicide because of social media? If parents were a bit more involved and understood, and I'm not saying that it's solely a parental problem, but not having it, it's like a gun. It can't go off if it's not in the house.
Right. Well, that's the thought that in not having it in the schools, you know, there is 9 hours a day where these kids don't have access to that gun, you know, and they have less anxiety, they have better test scores, they have better attention.
Joe says the government is giving parents a tool to use, and I don't think they see that. They see that as, and again, it's a generational problem. You're taking something away from my child, but it's not about your child. It's about the civilization your child has to exist in. And what world are you creating for that child and children and their children?
And what skills are your child losing because of this? You know?
There are no easy answers, but that's why stuff like this has to be implemented and tried. If it's a massive, of course, there's going to be people there's already accounts going, haha, I made it through, la, la, la. Well, then you report, hopefully someone reports that account or making that account, making that kind of
Facebook
statement.
Facebook or Instagram or Skyper or whatever the fuck it is.
Making that kind of statement shows that you're not mature enough to have the account then anyway. It's like, haha, I flouted the rules, but you did it publicly. So the account's going to be gone.
Right.
You're not emotionally intelligent enough or physically intelligent enough to deal with that kind of responsibility if that's your reaction.
Yeah, if you got around the system and you kept your mouth shut, you might have been able to look at what so-and-so ate for dinner 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. And that's really all that matters, says the people who run a social media podcast. But, you know, we're old, so
we
suck
are
an
old.
egg. We are very
damage
old.
we are going to do to our brain has already been done.
many times over, and that's what makes us angry. What gets us heated, and it's what makes Vera vent, ladies and gentlemen. It's that time of the week. Okay, Miss V, here we go. 3, 2, 1, wind.
As hard as it is to say in front of my Christmas tree, poor Christmas tree, it's day 325 of the Trump regime. And what fucking new hell are we in today? Well, Steve already brought up the travel investigation. I hadn't investigated nearly as well as Steven, so thank you for that. But today, Marco Rubio, Secretary of State and some other fucking title that he has, declared that State Department can no longer use any font except for Times Roman. Now, for those of you who don't know, Times Roman is a 19th century font that's full of serifs and lots of little lines that make it hard for people with disabilities, people with limited vision to read. And the reason the State Department started using the font Calibre was to be more inclusive. Oh my God, the DEI of it all. Times Roman, the only font we can use. Doesn't that strike you as a little fucking weird? But you know who else was concerned about what typeface people used in their regime? Some German guy in the 1930s had a funny little mustache. He was all about what font people could use. Trump was on the road this week. I didn't think he still had enough wherewithal to give a speech, but apparently he does. He stood in front of a Western Pennsylvania crowd on Wednesday night, yesterday for us, and talked about affordability. Everybody's obsessed with affordability. What are you talking about, affordability? You know what? You just got to make some sacrifices. Don't buy $37 for your child for Christmas. $37, sir? Is anybody buying $37 for their children? He said, don't even buy 37 pencils. Pencils, sir? Are you living in the same century that we are? Because nobody's giving their children pencils. But he harped on it for a little bit and told everybody in that Pennsylvania audience that affordability was a Democratic hoax. He calls lots of things hoaxes. What did he call a hoax? Oh, the Epstein files. Was that a hoax? Oh, the election interference. Was that a hoax? How come we didn't have this many fucking hoaxes before he came into office? Because, we were just waiting around. The Democrats were just waiting around to start riddling him with hoaxes. Maybe, just maybe, this asshole's lying. I don't think he understands affordability because he's never had to live with it. He thought groceries was a new word. He'd never heard of the word groceries. Come on, kids. This man, is he for real? But, speaking of the Epstein files, there's a little conspiracy going down there. They're trying to cover this up. They're supposed to be releasing those, and they're still, just too sensitive to be released. We can't release them yet. They have to be fully vetted. The FBI has to go through them. But you know what else they're not releasing? The footage of the Venezuelan boat bombings. Another little cover-up going on here in the United States. Oh, these people are smuggling drugs. Really? Because the 15 seconds of footage we were allowed to see, it looks like a fucking fishing boat. It looks like a 10-man boat. It does not look like a boat that could be that far out to sea and have enough gas to get back to land if they were packed to the gills with cocaine. And you know what else? If you really thought they were hauling cocaine, there's a due process to undergo. You arrest them. You search the boat. You find the evidence and you try them in court. You do not blow them up. That is extrajudicial execution. It's fucking murder. It's a war crime. It's an international crime against humanity, and it's fucking bullshit. And Trump, when he first found out about it, I didn't know that was happening. Oh my God, when the press first started asking about it, he said, well, we'll release those tapes right away. And then somebody told him, hey, just like the Epstein files, those tapes might have something you don't want the world to see. Oh, no, they reviewed it in committee, and there's nothing there to see. We're not, Pete Hegseth makes those rules. We're not releasing those files. But apart from his ongoing tour of PR and lying, he's had a few failures this week and things that give me hope. He has been trying to prosecute the New York State Attorney General. He says that she committed mortgage fraud by checking 2 boxes for state residency. Well, forgive me, but doesn't the president list 3 addresses as his primary residence? There's that little thing called Trump Tower in New York City. There's that big thing that's missing a wing without a ballroom still in Washington, D.C. And there's that fucking palace in Florida where lots of sex trafficking is alleged to have happened. Yeah, he's going to get Tish James arrested for something he and all the members of his cabinet do regularly. And he's been thrown out of court 3 times. They are 0 for 3 on trying to arrest and prosecute Tish James. Let's look at who Tish James is. She is the attorney general who got him sidelined for fraud, for campaign fraud, for charity fraud, for defrauding a charity for cancer for children. He established a charity in his name, the Trump Foundation, to help children with cancer. And none of that money ever made it to children with cancer. And Tish James, this terrible mortgage fraud person, is the woman who brought him down on that count. So 3 times defeated in court. One of the key arms of his election rigging for the next 2028 election, which will be a congressional election. Actually, 2026. 2026, yes. 2028 will be the presidential election. He's trying to gerrymander all of the congressional seats to eliminate as many Democratic seats as possible. And Indiana is a very, very Republican state. Trump won in Indiana by like 19 or 20 points. He considers it his stronghold. And he was leaning on his Republicans in Indiana to redistrict the state of Indiana and eliminate all Democratic districts so that there were nothing but Republican congressmen in the next election. He called many of those delegates. He had J.D. Vance on the ground knocking on doors, and Mike Johnson, his major domo at Congress, was calling people as well. And they were threatened. People were threatened with violence. This is not a political job in Indiana. These are volunteer politicians who govern as well as work their day jobs. One of those representatives was threatened to have their business bombed. And he said out loud on camera that he couldn't risk his family's safety to vote against Trump. Fortunately for this country and our ongoing democracy, 31 of those Republicans decided to vote against this. And the bill went down 31 to 19. So Trump cannot gerrymander the state of Indiana to exclude Democratic voters. Another failure for the Trump administration this week is the DOJ continues to try to persecute or prosecute Kilmar Abrega Garcia, the young man who was here with protected status up until the Trump administration. They deported him into that El Salvadoran jail when he was never from El Salvador. He was ordered by the court to bring him back to this country, and the DOJ continues to try and put him in prison. He was again released today. And one last thing, the latest poll today, strictly on approval ratings, Trump's approval rating was under 31%. So as much as we live in this fresh hell of Trumpism, where all of our neighbors are our enemies and everybody's kept out of our country, where anything that comes into this country is tariffed to the teeth, and he pretends that other countries are paying us money when we all know that the price of hamburger went from $5 a pound to $7.50. You just gotta go to the store, folks. There's the conspiracy. There's the affordability. Pay attention. This bullshit is everywhere, every day.
And that's why we're still here as well. Can you believe, Vera? We have one more live show, because we're not going live on Christmas. One more live Thursday of the year. Where has this year gone?
I don't even freaking know. When I looked up the number of days since January 20th, I was like, are you kidding me? It feels so much longer, like 300 fucking years. But then it feels like 8 minutes.
Anything. If anything has taught us anything in this little hemisphere of the internet that we exist in, change happens, and change can happen very quickly, folks. So stay tuned, stay vigilant. You never know what's around the corner, and that's what we're here for.
Change can come very quickly at 79 years old.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this week. It's been Vera and Steve. Hopefully next week we'll have some more friends to join us. We are on the lookout for some more friends.
Lonely.
So I know we are on the lookout for some new
for you
friends.
to look at my
That's
tree.
okay. You never know. You might bring some new blood. We'll have to wait and see. But thank you for joining us. We've got some more Christmas-related stuff coming your way. Be naughty, not oh, well, no, don't be naughty. If you're going to be naughty, don't do it on the internet. Be nice. Be nice.
Be nice, not naughty.
Or naughty in the bedroom.
If you're going to be naughty with someone you love.
Yeah, that's it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, stay uncensored. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye.